We're going to be making a paper mache balloon today. And so basically what we're doing is we're going to blow this balloon up, and you can see I'm stretching it because you kind of want to stretch them before you blow them up. And am I going to blow them up for you? No. Am I going to tie them for you? No. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Anyway, after we blow the balloon up, you're going to be getting some paper mache, which is like a glue, and you're going to be getting strips of paper, and we're going to be coating this balloon with the gluey paper to create a shell that we will make into a mask. So here's the first step. I have stretched my balloon. Now I'm going to blow my balloon up. Now, have I blown it up like as big as I can? No, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, I think I could do a little more. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, now for the tie. This is the part that you guys are like, ah! Okay, so you're gonna take it and you're gonna take 2 fingers and you're gonna go around the 2 fingers and hold it with the thumb. Then you're gonna put your finger in here like that, pull one of the fingers out, and then you've got this gap here, and you're going to tuck the end through the hole, and there you go. Now, if you aren't able to do this, good options would be to have your partner do it, or a partner from a different group do it. But I'm not gonna tie this for you. You're big girls and boys now. You can tie your own balloon. Here we are. I have my table paper. I have some strips of paper. I have my balloon, and this is my paste. And then I also have some tape, and I have a permanent marker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start by taping I call it the belly button of the balloon, like so. So I have a little tape tag, and I'm going to write my name and hour, and then I can start. It is a little bit lumpy, and that's okay. I'm just gonna get both my hands in there. Now, if you wanna just take turns, one of you holds the balloon while the other one puts the paste on, that's fine. Whatever works for you guys. So what I wanna do is I want to slather my paste on my strip, and then I'm going to place my strip on the balloon and slather it. And then I'm gonna get another piece. Now this was a little thicker, so it could get ripply, and I don't want it to get ripply. Okay, so slathering, smoothing, boy, I sure wish I had a partner right now. That would make it a lot easier. And you'll notice I'm putting these in different directions. In different directions. In different directions. So I'm not all going the same. And I'm smoothing. Is smoothing important? It's like breathing. It's essential. Smoothing. Now, boys and girls, I have this whole thing covered. I don't think I see any pink parts of the balloon, and if I do, I'll just quickly cover them up. I had some pink on my paper, so that was a little confusing, but it's better to have a little bit more than not enough. So I have definitely one coat of paper mache, maybe two, but I don't have 3 or 4. Because this is going to dry in a day. And if I have a ton of paper mache all over it, it is not gonna dry, and then that's not gonna be good. So, you know, it's just making sure you got enough, but not like doing a nut job on it and getting way too much, and then it's just not dry. So, now what I'm gonna do is I am going to just smooth it and make sure that I don't see any of that pink balloon. I see some spots that are a little bit suspicious. So just put a little more paper on. And the reason that we want this to be smooth is because later we're going to cut it in half. We're going to paint it, and if we have a lot of ripplies, our paint is just going to look horrid. And so that's why we want to just make sure it's smooth. So as you can see, I am just rubbing it, making sure it's all smooth, and I've got enough paper mache here. Okay. Don't get to the end and poop out. You need to just get it all the way to the end. Here's my name still. Make sure that thing's sticking out so that that doesn't get lost. Okay. So, I think this looks pretty good. It's easy to keep going, but I've definitely got 2 layers on here, and I don't want more than that. Okay, so now I am going to walk this over where we're going to put them, and then I'm going to clean up. Now, I have tried to keep this from getting too goopy so I can reuse these. So if your partner kind of can hand you these, that would be good so that they're not getting all messed up and wasted. All right, so this is going to the place where I'm telling you to put it. These are going back into the tub, and this is trash. We're gonna throw this away and wipe our table down and hang our aprons up and all that good stuff. Thank you for being good listeners. Stay tuned for part 2 when I get to cut this beautiful paper mache balloon in half and make some Day of the Dead masks. Okay, so we have our paper mache done, and now we need to start making some plans. So you're gonna get this sheet, you're gonna put your first and last name. Here's my first and last name, your hour, and then we're gonna have to draw 3 patterns. So if you look at these sheets that I've printed out for you, they're full of different Day of the Dead mask designs. And you can see that they are full of pattern, okay? So, one pattern that we see a lot is the flower. Another pattern is a heart. Another pattern is like a floral design, okay? Like that. We also see stuff like that. All right, so anyway, 3 patterns. You just need to be aware of patterns, all right? You could also do, you know, there's the spider web. That's nice and spooky. And it's got these little things on the side of it, okay? All right, so this is just your paper to mess around on so that you can get some patterns made. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do pattern going around this nose piece, And I'm gonna make this be like flowers. And I think I'm gonna have a pattern in that pattern. There we go. And I think I'm gonna do a thing here that comes up like so, and I'm gonna have like a diamond here like that. Have some hearts. I'm gonna have another flower here, flower here. And some of you, you know, you do better when I'm like, you gotta have this many patterns. Well, I mean, 3 really is a minimum. The more pattern you have, I think the more interesting it looks. The less pattern you have, it's just like, why'd you even do it? I'm gonna do like a little mustachio. And there's his teeth. There we go. Then I would color this in, and just like I would pick 3 colors that you think would be a good palette. I'm thinking white for the background because that's pretty traditional. I'm thinking like a light or like a blue for my first coat, and then I'm thinking maybe yellow for my patterns on top, or white on top of that, so it goes light, dark, light. Okay, so I'll get this colored, show you what that looks like, and then I would be ready for paint. Okay, so I've got this cut in half, and now I want to put my name on it. Now, if I put my name in the middle, it's going to get cut off with my eyes. So I'm going to put it on the forehead, and I'm going to put my name and hour. What hour am I? Okay, so put your name, what hour you are. All right, then we need to find the middle of this thing. So I'm going to fold it, not really fold it, but I'm just going to gather it in half like this. Now, I'm doing this with markers so you might see it, but what I want is I want to have this be, I want to know where the halfway points are. Okay, so I have just made some marks on here because this thing gets all crazy as you go. All right, and I'm gonna do my nose here, which is an upside down heart, and then here's my halfway point. So I'm gonna make a great big eyeball here. That is probably the size a couple fingers, and then I'm going to make another big eyeball out here, and you'll notice I'm lining it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to cut the nose out. I just put that there so that I would know where kind of the middle is. It helps me to put the eyeballs on. Now I'm going to take the sharp part of my scissor. I'm going to take my fingers and get away from it. Poke once, poke twice, and then put my scissor through the hole and cut this out. It's cut out, and I have some table paper. I have some white paint, and I put just a little bit of blue in it, just so it's not completely white. It's pretty darn light though, and you're gonna pick a light color too. So it could be, you know, just plain white, or it could be another color with white, like, I don't know, yellow, pink, whatever. And I'm gonna put 2 coats onto this just to make sure I've got a good base. Okay, so I've finished this and I've got 2 coats on this, and I've let them dry in between. And now I'm gonna get rid of my brush and my palette. So first things first, artists, we need to get rid of our work first. It's going onto a lunch tray at your table group, and then, do I go to the sink? No. Then I'm gonna throw this palette away, and I'm gonna put the brush up front in the soaking tub. Are you washing your own brush? No. Have I gone to the sink yet? No. Okay, so then this and this are gone. Now I have this left, and it's going back up to the table 2 and to the front door. All right, so my 2 coats have dried, and I actually did come back and trim a little bit around this edge just to give it kind of more of a skull shape. That's how I wanted to do it. You can do it however you want. And now I've got 2 colors that are the opposite of this color, which I mean by this color is really light. So I picked 2 really dark colors for my next layer. You want to layer an opposite value. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the nose. And I'm gonna make the nose a very dark blue violet. There we go. And I'm just gonna come in here and add I went back with my little brush and I came in here and I just put like white where I wanted teeth, and this is actually the 3rd coat on this because the paint is just really dark behind it. So to get it to be bright, I really had to kind of get, you know, some coats on. Outlined this, went over this, okay, put some flowers here, did a heart right here, did some leaves on this area right here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to do what I've done on the other side. So you can see here, I've got way more detail on top of that detail. So, for example, what I did here is I just used the end of my brush, and I'm gonna put dots